Good morning and welcome to a new chapter, that is motion in a plane. So far we have studied motion in one dimension, that is straight line motion. Now here motion in two dimension, of course, that is motion in a plane, where we have to discuss a lot of things including vectors, projectile motion, circular motion, etc. Okay, and before we discuss anything, it must begin with the term vector, the concept of vector. Okay, concept of vector, that is, it is in fact a physical quantity which has magnitude and direction. You know it well that a physical quantity has two types, one is scalar, other is vector. Scalar has only magnitude, no direction, just like speed, distance, time, mass, etc. And vectors are those which have direction as well as magnitude, like velocity, acceleration, motion, momentum, moment of force, torque, etc., etc. Okay, they are all part of vectors. How it is represented? It is represented by a straight line gives the magnitude and arrowhead gives the direction. You can see it is like this. If we denote by a physical quantity by the term P, suppose P is a vector quantity, we must write a arrowhead like this, and which depict that this is a vector quantity. किसी भी क्वांटिटी के ऊपर अगर एक एरो बना दे तो वो वेक्टर को बताता कि ये एक वेक्टर क्वांटिटी है, और उसको डायग्रामेटिक दिखाने के लिए एक एरो बना दिया, एरो हेड दिखाता डायरेक्शन, और इसका जो मैग्नीट्यूड होगा एरो का अकॉर्डिंग टू स्केल, that will give you the magnitude of this particular vector. Okay, now इसको further बताने से पहले, आगे इसको बढ़ने से पहले, what we need, we have to know something about the position vector and displacement vector. Next is position vector and displacement vector. What is position vector? Position vector gives the vector state of a point with respect to an origin of coordinate system. Suppose this is a three-dimensional coordinate system. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is z-axis, and this is your origin. And we can see OP1 and OP2 are two different positions which are given by the point P1 and P2. Then P1 का पोजीशन बताने के लिए OP वेक्टर बताएंगे, और P2 के लिए बताएंगे OP2 वेक्टर. ये OP1, ये OP2. The position a vector which gives the position of a point with respect to an origin is called position vector. Therefore यहाँ पे OP1 भी position vector हुआ, OP2 is also position vector. Now displacement vector is another vector which can give you the exact direction as well as magnitude of the displacement of a point. That point in which the direction or the vector in which we can just represent, by which we can represent a vector, a given body to its motion. Now suppose we are having P2, P1. P2, P1 is the position of displacement. Why? Because P1 individually has its position vector OP1. P2 itself has its position vector OP2. If the body moves from P2 to P1, then it gives how much and in which direction an object has changed its position. पहले ये P2 था, P2 से P1 चला गया, तो इसके मतलब इसने पोजीशन चेंज किया, तो इसका पोजीशन वेक्टर क्या होगा? P2, P1. P2, P1 is the change in position, and that is called as displacement vector. And here we write displacement vector as P2, P1, OP1 minus OP2. जो ये है उसको पहले लिखते हैं और बाद ये पहले वाला बाद में लिखते हैं. ठीक है, तो this is how we represent a simple vector. What is vector? Now, before we move further, the addition of vectors and other, I am not removing the entire thing, but I am just removing only the lower part of the board, and see that how many types of common vector we use. Suppose we have polar vector, and we have axial vector. if a vector has some initial point, if a vector has some starting point, जैसे डिस्प्लेसमेंट है, वेलोसिटी है, लाइक दिस, तो दे आर कॉल्ड पोलर वेक्टर. ओके, जिसका एक पोल. एक्सियल वेक्टर, इट गिव्स द एक्सिस ऑफ रोटेशन, एक्सिस ऑफ रोटेशन और एक्सियल मोशन ऑफ अ प्लेन. ये उस केस में एक्सियल पोजीशन ऑफ अ प्लेन या एक्सिस ऑफ एक्सिस ऑफ रोटेशन इधर से जो डायरेक्शन दिखाते हैं वहां पर आएगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ वी हैव एंगुलर वेलोसिटी, angular velocity, we have this thing. If we have angular momentum, we have, if we have torque, ये सब जो है आपका किसी कहीं स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट नहीं होता. ये जैसे सर्कुलर मोशन है, वी हैव दिस डायरेक्शन. ओके, इफ वी जस्ट मूव, इफ वी बेंड आवर right hand fingers like this, then thumb indicates some type of axis, is the direction of angular velocity. Okay, in the same way torque is determined, in the same way angular momentum is determined, and polar vector, very simple. All those vectors which have some direction like force, momentum, plane momentum, naturally it is velocity, displacement, etc., etc. They are all connected to this polar vector. This is axial vector. Okay, I am again removing this part, and the next one is the how many types of vectors commonly known. You have nothing to do with this. They are never asked in the exam, but just for knowledge, I must tell you some of them. Okay, like unit vector is very important thing. One is unit vector. Vector upon magnitude of vector. इसको हम लोग यूनिट वेक्टर को ऊपर से कैप बनाकर दिखाते हैं. वी रिप्रेजेंट बाय दिस स्मॉल कैप. दिस मस्ट बी इक्वल टू वेक्टर v अपॉन मॉडुलस ऑफ वेक्टर v. Modulus of vector v means it is the magnitude of the given vector. Okay, and n represent unit vector. The unit vector क्या है? It is any vector which has some direction, but it's definitely it has magnitude as unity. one unit होगा उसका और कुछ नहीं होगा, but it has some definite direction. ये unit vector हो गया. अच्छा, अगर हम लोग बताते हैं कि suppose we are having this, अगर मैं ये कह दूँ कोएक्सियल वेक्टर, co-planar vector, co-planar vector में क्या हो जाएगा? co-planar vector में एक ही प्लेन है. We have different vectors. They all lie on the same plane. They are called co-planar vector. Okay. Co-initial vector, ये वेक्टर्स होगा. इसमें सारे वेक्टर्स का इनिशियल पॉइंट एक ही है. Then they are co-initial vectors. Similarly, co-end vector, though we have to take all their culminates at the same very point. They are their co-end vectors. And similarly, collinear vector means if all the vectors they lie on the same line, then they are called collinear vector. Okay, like this. We have null vector also. Null vector or zero vector. That is a vector which has definite direction, but it has no definite, it has zero magnitude. Suppose we write A equal to B. then A minus B is a zero vector. Zero vector because it has direction of A or B, but its magnitude is just zero. So in this way we have seen how many types of vectors are there, and different vectors have different significance, and how we represent this. Next we will discuss slightly about the resolution of vector, and also we observe how to add the vectors. Okay, in the next way I will add to rub the entire thing. Next we discuss resolution of vector. We have already said that how many types of vectors are known to us. Resolution of vector means how we represent a given vector in another given direction. एक वेक्टर ऐसा है, ऐसे चल रहा है, और दो नोन डायरेक्शन ऐसे हैं, एक हॉरिजॉन्टल है, एक वर्टिकल है, and this is the given vector. So how we represent this vector in horizontal direction or in vertical direction, then we have to resolve that vector into two components. इसको हम लोग कहते हैं resolution of vector. Resolution of vector means two. I am again repeating. Please note it down because it is not written over here. Resolution of a vector means to resolve a given vector into mutually perpendicular direction, or to resolve a given vector in a particular direction or in any particular direction or a number of directions. कई डायरेक्शन में भी इसको रिजॉल्व कर सकते हैं, थीटा 1, थीटा 2, थीटा 3, अलग अलग एंगल पे अलग अलग डायरेक्शन इसको रिजॉल्व कर सकते हैं. We represent that thing. So here we have written, suppose this vector P is there, and I am considering this is the horizontal direction, this is vertical direction. Then Px equal to is the component of P vector in direction x. P cos theta, यहाँ पर जब P cos theta आ गया तो डायरेक्शन अपने आप आ गया. नो नीड टू गिव द एडिशनल वेक्टर साइन ओवर है, क्योंकि डायरेक्शन ऑलरेडी ये दिखा रहा है. Similarly here also when we have Py equal to P sin theta, it gives the vertical direction of this vector. इसी का horizontal component ये होगा, vertical component ये, या x component this and y component is this. That means how we resolve a given vector into two components, two directions, वो यहाँ पर आ गया. अच्छा, इसके बाद इसका यूज हम लोग आगे करेंगे, एडिशन में करेंगे. तो अब हम लोग देखते हैं एडिशन ऑफ टू वेक्टर्स. एडिशन ऑफ टू वेक्टर्स by the law of parallelogram of forces or vectors. Okay. Now, how we add two vectors in this form here, that is, if two vectors are applied at a point which are represented in direction and magnitude by two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then their resultant is represented by that diagonal of the parallelogram which passes through the point of application. अब देखिए यहाँ पर P और Q दो वेक्टर्स है, दो फोर्सेस हो सकते हैं, दो वेलोसिटी, दो मोमेंटम कुछ भी हो सकता है, which are applied at common point A. इनके बीच का एंगल कितना है? It's theta. Clear? And then according to the law of parallelogram of forces, if we make them parallelogram with P and Q two sides, parallel side to non-parallel sides, then we have this type of parallelogram ABCD, and it has two diagonal, one is AC, other is BD. We have not to take BD, but because we have to take that diagonal which passes through the point of application. This, therefore, if this is P and this is Q, then R is your resultant vector. That means we call it as R vector equal to sum of vector P plus vector Q. But when we actually determine this, angle between them is already given, then we can write this as R equal to under root P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. In the next section, we will just derive this formula. Okay, I am again repeating law of parallelogram of vectors. That is, if two forces or two vectors are applied at a point, then if they are represented in direction and magnitude by two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then their resultant or their vector sum will be represented by that diagonal of the parallelogram which passes through the point of application. Of course, this will also be in the magnitude as well as direction. Here we can see in magnitude as well as direction. To get this formula derived, we have to remove the entire word because it needs some space.
Yes,
and proof of law of parallelogram of vectors, we can see these P and Q are two vectors applied at point A, and angle between them is theta, and here, as the name implies, this is the diagonal passing to the point of application, and R is the resultant. We have to take the magnitude of them, okay? And therefore, how to do this? We have to produce the line AB up to point E. यहाँ तक इसको पीछे तक खींचेंगे और C से एक perpendicular drop करेंगे. We have to drop a perpendicular from point C, and E is the foot of perpendicular. Therefore, triangle ACE is a right angle triangle. Right angle triangle. Okay, right angle triangle. Naturally, if it is right angle triangle, then from Pythagoras theorem, I am taking only the magnitude. AC square equal to AE plus AE square plus CE square. Okay. Now you can very easily see that I have resolved, since this is parallel to this, if this is theta, this is also theta, alternate angle, in fact, corresponding angle. And here what we have, this BE equal to P cos theta, and this is CE equal to P sin theta. Therefore, this would be equal to AB plus BE whole square, and this is just P sin theta whole square. And here we can write Q plus P cos theta whole square plus P square sin square theta. Here we have Q square plus P square cos square theta 2PQ cos theta plus E square sin square theta. Okay, and then we take all the P square together, and Q is all around. P square cos square theta plus sin square theta plus 2PQ cos theta, this is equal to 1. Then we have Q square plus P square plus 2PQ cos theta. This is your resultant vector, square of resultant vector R. Therefore, R comes out to be under root P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. Okay, and in that way you have seen that how we determine the resultant vector R. Suppose we have to determine here, I am not removing right now, but I am just wanting to know if angle phi is made by this. If angle phi is made by this, then tan phi can be equal to CE upon AE. It is your P sin theta upon Q plus P cos theta. It is the angle made by resultant vector with vector Q. Vector Q से अगर अल्फा एंगल बनाते हैं तो अल्फा इक्वल टू tan इनवर्स of P sin theta upon Q plus P cos theta. Okay. So after this, we have taken something about the basics of addition of two vectors, and in which the most relevant thing is the law of parallelogram vectors. There are many things like if we add many vectors, law, there is the method of polygon, method of different multiple addition by diagrammatic way, and so on. But the basics of everything is always we add two vectors together. The two vectors को add करने के लिए हम लोग law of parallelogram ही देखते हैं. और इसी के एक नाम और हम लोग बहुत समय दे देते हैं, लॉ ऑफ ट्रायंगल, जो कि वेरी सिमिलर टू लॉ ऑफ पैरेललोग्राम है। उसका कोई प्रूफ वगैरह नहीं, लेकिन मैं उसको अलग से दिखा रहा हूँ। First we have to remove the entire thing, then I will discuss. Yes, now it is the law of triangle. We have just seen that what is law of parallelogram. It is quite identical. They are almost the similar thing, but their names are different. One is parallelogram. That is, parallelogram means geometrical figure with 4 sides, and triangle means a geometrical figure with 3 sides. Okay. What they are representing here again, if two vectors are applied on a point, say this is point O on which we are applying 2 points, 2 vectors P and Q. Then if they are represented by 2 consecutive sides of a triangle, then their resultant be represented by third side of that triangle, but in reverse order. देखो, ये एक ऑर्डर होगा कंसेक्यूटिव में, ये हो गया, तीसरा कंसेक्यूटिव कैसे होगा, ऐसे होगा, यहाँ से चलना स्टार्ट किया, ये गया, देन ये खत्म हुआ, ये हुआ, तो दिस इज दिस एंड दिस। लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है। लॉ ऑफ ट्रायंगल क्या कहते हैं कि थर्ड वाला तो इसी ट्रायंगल का थर्ड साइड होगा, इनका रिजल्टेंट, बट दैट विल बी इन रिवर्स ऑर्डर। अब यहाँ पर ऑर्डर बदल गया, कंसेक्यूटिव नहीं रह गया। आई एम अगेन रिपीटिंग, दैट इज 2 वेक्टर्स आर अप्लाइड एट ए पॉइंट and they are represented in direction and magnitude by 2 sides of a triangle, 2 consecutive sides of a triangle, then their resultant will be represented by the third side of that triangle but in reverse order. अब देख सकते हैं ये consecutive होता तो ऐसा होता, ऐसा ना हो ये ऑर्डर होगा। तो यहाँ पर भी हम ये लिख सकते हैं कि R इक्वल टू Q प्लस P। ध्यान दीजिएगा, मैंने यहाँ पर नहीं जोड़ सकते, यहाँ पर R नहीं निकाल सकते, मैं ऐसा नहीं कर सकता हूँ। आई कैन नॉट डू लाइक दिस। वाई? बिकॉज हियर दे आर नॉट कंसेक्यूटिव, बट दे आर एडजेसेंट साइड्स ऑफ ए ट्रायंगल, ये कह सकते हैं। एडजेसेंट और कंसेक्यूटिव में फर्क क्या है? एडजेसेंट में एक कॉमन पॉइंट से दोनों साइड निकलता है, दोनों कॉमन वर्टेक्स होगा, लेकिन कंसेक्यूटिव में क्या है? कॉमन वर्टेक्स नहीं है। यहाँ से लेकर स्टार्ट करके ये, फिर यहाँ से दूसरा साइड होगा, स्टार्ट हो गया। तो दिस इज, दे आर द कंसेक्यूटिव साइड एंड दे आर एडजेसेंट साइड। तो ये पैरेललोग्राम बना सकता है, दे कैन मेक पैरेललोग्राम। तो पैरेललोग्राम से हम इनका रिजल्टेंट निकाल सकते हैं, बट दैट इज लॉ ऑफ पैरेललोग्राम। बट फॉर लॉ ऑफ ट्रायंगल वी हैव नॉट टू यूज दिस, बट रादर वी हैव टू टेक ओनली दिस वन। ओके, दिस इज हाउ वी रिप्रेजेंट लॉ ऑफ ट्रायंगल। अच्छा, एक चीज और बताओ, लॉ ऑफ ट्रायंगल में अगर 3 फोर्स एक बॉडी पर लगे, if 3 forces are applied on a point and the body is in equilibrium, then these forces can be represented by 3 consecutive sides of that triangle. ये खास बात है, एक ही बॉडी पर 3 फोर्स लग रहा है। ये थोड़ा इसका एक्सटेंशन है, बुक में नहीं मिलेगा अभी, इसको लामिस थ्योरम में आता है। PQR, 3 forces are there, and this is the common point O, and I am saying that O is in equilibrium. In that case, we have to add them. P ये ऐसा ऐड किया, Q ऐसा हो गया, Q, and then कुछ ऐसे ही रहेगा कि यहाँ पर ये हो सकता है कुछ इस टाइप का हो R, तो दिस विल बी योर R। आप देख सकते हैं ये सभी तीनों कंटिन्यूएशन में है, कंसेक्यूटिव है, P, Q and this is your R. Then their vector sum is 0. Naturally your this plus this equal to minus of this, and minus of this is, and here it is plus this side, therefore their sum is 0. P plus Q plus R equal to 0. In this way we have also seen this is part of multiple sum, and this is not a part of your law of triangle, but it is very similar to that, and in that way we have determined this. Okay, in my next lecture what we will discuss the orthogonal unit vectors IJK, and also we will discuss the scalar product. Okay, scalar product of 2 vectors, and that much of thing will be discussed in the next lecture. And till then you just have good practice over the questions and PDF form whatever is given to you. Okay, thank you.